Hello? Shop? Is there anyone in?
Hello?
Hello there. Yes, nice to see the bank open at 4:30. I've had
Well, we aim to please, you know.
Well,
what can I do for you?
I've been banking with you for quite a long time. And I've just been, I'm a bit late in the day, but I've just been speaking to...
Do you have an appointment?
Well, no.
Oh, who do you want to see?
Well, the bank manager.
Oh, well, that's me, isn't it? I'm the bank manager.
You don't normally sit at the front there as a teller, do you?
Yeah.
Swigging from a bottle of Diamond White?
No, not as a rule, no. But as you can see, there's no one in at the moment.
It's 4:30.
Yeah, so I'm sort of
Downtime.
holding the call, and I'm like just taking the liberty of just wetting the whistle before I shut the place up.
Right, well, I've got a few papers here that I wanted to discuss
What
with
is
you.
it that you want?
Well, I wanted really to move some of my considerable savings at your bank.
How much you got in there?
I've got £37,000. It's my entire life savings.
Oh, well, that is wonderful to hear. And thank you so much for banking me for all these years. Now, have you thought, actually, you got 37 grand?
Yeah.
You can lay your hands on pretty quick?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
it's there.
Okay. Have you thought about investing that money anywhere?
Well, that's entirely why I've come in here today.
Oh, it shows some financial advice it is you want, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I've got a few schemes that I think would be perfect. How old are you?
Well, I'm 82 now. A hedge fund.
You've got all the hedge funds in that. I've got a couple of schemes that are absolutely perfect for you.
And what sort of return might I expect on them?
Well, I mean, depending on what day it is, it can be at least double your money.
Is that right?
Certainly more than that, depending how we get on.
Okie dokes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to investments.
You've never done this before?
No, not really. I'm
this is
entirely in
the same
your
like
hands.
You've come to the right place.
So
Now,
let
let me
go.
just open up my computer here and tap on the keys.
Okie doke.
So now I'm just going to bring up a couple. Oh, let me have a sip of this. God, I'll fit the spot that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up a couple of things on here that I think are suitable for you.
Okay.
You say you got 37 grand.
Yes, it's quite a considerable sum.
That's a lot of money,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, we can do some damage with that.
Okay.
Okay, so if I put £37,000 into this...
And my name,
You're
Mr.
Mr.
B.
St.
St.
Michael.
Michael,
And have you got your bank details?
Yes, here they are,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. This is account number 46. And sort code change, you know. Okay. So I've set that up for you, and do you want to confirm that you'd like to go ahead with this
Well, if
investment?
it can double my money on one particular
yeah,
day.
there's a good chance. But, of course,
Okay.
I will take anything up to 20 or 30%. But investments can go down as well as that,
up.
depending on how pissed I am.
Oh. Well, if you want to press go and you think that I might, return, is it?
It's just return there. That's it. Right. So I've sent that off into the ether.
Yeah.
And we'll see, what comes back at about 5:23 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so what am I expected to come back any second now and how the investment's
That
done?
should be it should be a very quick turnaround, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how much have I earned on my investment? What's that? What's on there, on the screen?
This investment house I'm using,
Yeah.
William Hill.
Oh, that don't sound like a merchant bank or anything.
Oh, no, it's one of the top ones.
A hedge fund?
Yeah, hedge funds. And the bank, and it's got...
William Hill?
Yeah, it's got all the big stuff like ISIS in it, and but this particular investment that I've chosen, the 5 o'clock at Kempton, it should come in. It's a dead cert. No. Sadly, as I say, investments can go up and they can go down, and this one's gone down, and that's the end of your money, I'm afraid. Is there anything else you'd like?
So you've lost all me money.
No, I think you lost your money. I was just here in an advisory capacity. Now, you took my advice, and there's bugger all I can do about it. I tried to stop you. I tried to stop you from giving me your money, but you said, no, please take my money.
And you see, and relax. Shake it out. Shake it out.
Get back in the room.
Well, you will be aware that Angelos Epithemiou was playing the bank manager
Nefarious.
there.
Nefarious
bank manager.
Yes.
And he, of course, took my hard-earned savings.
That's right, I did do
and
that.
stuck them on the horse. You may also picked up that he was, in fact,
pissed out my hair.
His hairs.
Yeah. And
of
I
course,
think one thing was definitely connected to the other. Because normally when I'm the bank manager, I don't usually get that pissed and muck about with people's money in quite such a big way. I will skim off the top here there, as is with anyone.
Look, of course, we've all been into the bank and had a drink with the bank manager, enjoyed some crisps and etc. But be warned, if you are going to invest any of your hard-earned savings, don't stick them on the horse.
Make sure you know what website it is that you're going to stick the money into.
Exactly how much the bank manager has drunk.
Yeah.
Now, look, obviously, if you've got, say, 50, 60 quid,
Yeah.
you come in, you find the bank manager, trousers round his ankles, shit all the way up his pants, talking to, the chair, you could take a chance. It's only 50 or 60 quid.
There's not much to lose, and there's so much to gain.
Yeah, but however, if you come in, the bank manager's a curious one. He's slightly boss-eyed.
Yes, he's not. I mean, his tie is loose, and he's got stubble on,
and he's got the remains of a chicken tikka masala slightly on his chin.
Yeah. Now, at first sight, you think, okay, maybe he's legit.
It's worth 10 grand, no more.
No more than that.
But now, if you want to send off for our fact sheet, that's all there about drinking and investment. Boozing and investments. Or go to www.don'tinvest if your bank manager shit his pants and is pissed out of his head. Go
to somewhere else.
Go to somewhere
else.
Because it's
.com.co.uk.
Cake. Now, because it's that time of year, I've had a very dry.
Have you?
How
did you get here? How did you get here today?
Oh, I cut it on the tube.
Is it? I walked, you know.
I go Euston. You walked?
Oh, yeah.
What, from Neaston?
Yeah, I walked all the way from Neaston. I do it all the time, you know.
Because of your health regime?
Well, I'm a health nut, and but I walked all the way from Neaston, and I discovered that on my journey from Neaston to here, I am clocked by over 250 CCTV cameras.
Oh, it's Big Brother.
Oh, it's Big Brother. It's Big Brother.
And that's the worst thing. As you go past the camera, it goes, Dear 2.
That's right.
And Angelos is walking to the podcast.
You're looking around.
That's Big Brother. Who said that?
Who said
Dear
that?
4. And a lot of low-rent, Z-list celebrities can't remember who David Bowie is.
Now, listen, but I played it to my advantage.
How come?
Well, I went to the ministry or the government, whoever keeps it in, keeps his footage on file. You know, I said, listen, son, under the Freedom of Information Act, I would like you to give me all that footage of me walking like from Neaston into town. Right, I want it. I want all of it, and there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
And they said, all right, Mr. Epithemiou, you clearly know your rights.
Yes.
I said, I do know my rights.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've been on Google.
Yeah.
And they say, all right, give us a moment. And I go out the back, and I spark up a roll here. And they said, you can't smoke it. I said, I know. I was just saying, right, if you're paying attention. And they was. So I thought, I'm in safe hands, you know. So they go out the back there, and they get all this stuff. And you just hear all this... all these tapes going round and all that, all buzzes and rewind and all that. And they come back and they say, here you go, Mr. Epithemiou, it's 200 hours of you walking through the streets of London. Yeah. And I said, thank you. And I got hold of it and I took it home. And I gave it to my mate Terry, and he cut it all together in what they call a show reel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of me just walking through London.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've got to use that, So I sent it to the BBC, and now I've got a lead role in Silent Witness.
Wandering round the streets?
Yeah, wandering around the streets and looking at stuff.
Oh, that's lovely.
So it's worked in my favour. So if there's anyone else that wants to do that, then just get in touch with the government.
You must know your statutory rights.
You need to know your statutory rights.
Because they're spying on you all the time, aren't they?
I don't mind that, though.
What?
I don't mind being spied on.
What's that? Because you don't trust yourself, or what?
I think if I was pissed up and I do something I shouldn't do that,
you know someone will be on the scene.
Someone will be able to say, Angelos, you're sailing too close to the wind, mate. You're on thin ice. And I can go, no, I've seen the footage. Absolutely, you're right. Yeah. So I think it's good.
Yeah.
It keeps me in check,
Yeah, well, I always think that about why are there such terrible cameras on buses? People's faces, you can't quite see them. Here are the villains who got on and hit a bus driver. And they go, do you recognise these people?
No.
Well, not...
First of all, he's back to me.
He's back to me. Secondly, when he turns around, if I... put my fingers in front of my face like that.
If I get a bit of Vaseline and smudge it across the screen where his face is, I might be able to piece it together.
Yeah. Do you recognise any of these people? No.
Really? I mean, they are human beings.
Yeah, is that a human being or someone with a mashed potato on their face,
Yeah, I know. It's very tricky.
I mean, I had a similar thing. You go up and down the tube and on the adverts up and down the escalators.
Yeah.
Beautiful models.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful
and
models.
And that.
And someone's always defaced it, stuck a bit of chewing gum on her face, written her cock and spunking balls on her cheek.
Like a sticker for CMD.
Animal rights on it.
It.
Well, my son David... he said to me, I've got a lovely bird now. She's a model. I said, she's a model. He said, you might have seen her on the tube. She came round the warehouse, and that was her actual face.
What, a bit of chewing gum?
Yeah, she had chewing gum on her cheek.
So they do,
She'd had a tattoo. God knows why, of a spunky cockballs on her. And she'd had animal rights sticker on her lip.
And you could see what he saw in her. I thought, she's unique.
Yeah, and I thought, sometimes it don't translate to the camera.
No,
that was
exactly
what she looked like.
Yeah, she's getting some good work out of that as well.
She really is.
Yeah. She's a unique model.
She's a unique model.
She's a unique model.
I mean, if anyone wants to advertise animal rights, or
chewing gum on the face,
then she's the model.
She's the one for you.
Now, talking of
models.
This time of year.
This time of year.
And you walking and your health
my health regime.
Have you seen, this is Watford Observer, there's a couple from Carpenter's Park, and this is always awful. Look, they've lost 4 stone each.
Hey, where?
Yeah, look, the before and after.
Okay, so which one is before and which one is after?
Well, that's my point.
Oh.
Very embarrassing, isn't it, when you can't tell.
Well, yeah, it's embarrassing for them.
But
I really didn't pay for that diet.
Well, no, but what has happened is I was imagining, because there's a bit wrong with excess skin. You see that, don't you? People lose
they
so
go,
much.
I lost all this weight, look at me.
Yeah,
and then they take their clothes off.
And sure enough, they do a wheelbarrow to stick all the excess skin.
I know. Well, that happened to my mate, Benny.
Benny?
He lost all that weight.
That's it. Oh, no.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, I do remember. This time last year.
That's right. He went on that soup diet.
Oh, the soup diet.
Yeah, because he went from eating 6,000 calories a day to eating 30 or 45 calories. You know. He lost some serious weight,
And then he had
he had all that excess skin. He was like an elephant hanging off him and that.
What did he do?
Well, I come up with a novel suggestion. I said, listen, Benny, what you want to do, mate, is you want to sling that, you want to cut that off, that excess fat, with a knife in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? He went, all right. I said, then you want to get on eBay, you want to sling that on eBay, and you want to sell that to them cannibals in Papua New Guinea what eat each other.
absolute feast.
And he got rid of it, like, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Although the postage and packaging
it does.
New Guinea. It adds up.
Oh, it does
It adds up, yeah.
Well, my Margaret, remember when she lost all that weight on her bottom?
I do remember that.
4 or 5 years ago. And it's had such a big...
So that pogo sticking she was doing.
All that pogoing.
Yeah.
She lost all that weight on her bottom. And you remember when... I'll tell you what it was. All the excess skin was hanging down. Do you remember Princess Diana with that long train when she went to Westminster Abbey and she got married? And they had to have the bridesmaids carrying it.
Yeah.
It was like that when she went down the shops in Watford.
Was it?
All this excess skin hanging out the back. We employed page boys.
Yeah.
The
little plus fours.
Little plus fours to carry it,
Velvet
and
black waistcoat.
Yeah, but it was so you've trodden on a train.
Yeah.
A train of excess fat and skin.
So how did she get over the problem?
Well, in the end, we started offering tours round Watford. She would walk around at a snail's pace. Yeah. People would sit on her skin.
Like Jacob Marley.
Sit on her skin. And that head rush. And they would sit on the skin and drag it round while she went, "This is Vicarage Road."
Like Aladdin's carpet?
Yeah, like an Aladdin's carpet. And she'd come round and be, "This is Watford General."
Okay.
Doing
the tour.
Well, I mean, it's absolute boon. I also stood on the excess skin, and I did the like a clippy, done the tickets. And we went round, this is Watford High Street.
Yeah.
And if you sat down, it was quite a pleasurable ride.
You get many takers for that? Or?
Oh, yeah, well, we advertised in Gumtree.
Oh, did you?
And we got a lot of Japanese tourists who would sit. Yeah. And I say, look, I'm so sorry. Yeah. It is my wife. I will only take 4 or 5 passengers, and they're all snapping.
Well, they're only little, aren't they?
They're little, that lot, yeah. So they sat on their excess skin.
Yeah, and got dragged around.
They got dragged around. But it was an absolute money.
Well, it happened to my mate, Keith as well. Keith, he lost all that weight. He was like, he went exercise mad after watching them Johnny Weissmuller films.
That's it.
And he was exercising and all that, and he got lost of weight. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
No left
problem.
with the excess fat,
skin
that like hanging off his thighs.
Oh, God,
like a pair of bivouacs, like off his legs.
I know.
He tried everything. He tried everything to make good use of it. He made tents out of it, and he tried to house a couple of people under there.
Yeah,
and
I remember that because he'd done a tent and then he hung a light from his gooch, didn't he? And it was like
he did hang a light from his gooch. And in the end, it burnt his
now that was
burnt
sad.
His perineum. So it was
sad.
Yeah, no, very sad.
Yeah.
So he thought, no, I can't
do that.
And unfortunately, he decided, no, I'd rather, you put the weight back on just to fill the skin out again.
Yeah, well, that's...
You tried stuffing it with newspaper, but it just went all soggy.
That's what Margaret did in the end.
Oh, was it?
She got a bit tired with dragging this bit around. She put all the weight on her bottom.
Right.
After a couple of months, we could only fit a couple of Japanese tourists on her excess skin. And then she carried on with the diet. Gradually, the buttocks start firming up. I say firming up, contracting sort of thing.
Yeah, moving. Sure.
By about the September, we had one Japanese tourist sitting on her arse skin, and we had a school party of 2 or 3 little kids. Okay. By the November, it got taut.
Oh,
it had got taut, but I was desperate to keep the thing going because it was such a month.
Pay for Christmas.
It paid for Christmas. So as one final gesture, I got a couple of the kids from Watford Grammar School to go round on a history trail, just holding on to her arm. Well, if you advertise something, you've got to...
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So Margaret's Arse Hair Tours took over from the Trail of Skin.
Oh, right, I see.
Look, paid for Christmas.
Paid for Christmas for your hamper. Your Christmas
bought an
hamper.
Xbox for my grandson. And every time he sits down to play FIFA 15, I say, thank you, Grandma, for that.
For that thing you got there, mate.
That thing you got for her asking.
That's it. Well, I grew... I grew my hair long.
I remember, of course.
And it grew and it grew and it grew, and it grew. It just got longer and longer and longer. And I thought, well, I don't know where I'm going to put all this hair now. It's grown. I didn't want to cut it because, I've taken all this time to grow it, And so I thought, what am I going to do with this, And so what I decided to do was I ate loads of food.
Oh, yeah.
Put on lots of weight. Loads of weight.
I remember.
Remember that?
You Christ, I
got big, didn't I?
Ooh,
I got big. I was like the size of an house,
Yeah, an house.
Well, anyway, I decided after that, I still had the long hair. I thought, I'll lose all that weight now. And I lost all the weight that I put on, very, very quickly. And that's the key. That's the key. Very, very quickly. And I was left with all this excess fat, back fat. You remember that?
I remember, of
Around
course
the top of my shoulders.
I remember.
I thought, well, this is...
Little sprig of garlic and rosemary.
I thought, this is a boon.
Yeah,
so I just I got a load of anaesthetic and stuck it on my shoulders and made a little cut with a knife. And all that long hair I didn't know what to do with. I just tucked it in the back fat. And I had a hunchback,
Oh,
I crept around the church and that, and I thought, who the hell is that? People looked at me for a couple of months.
Yeah. Well, look, this is the thing with anyone with a hair problem.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, etc.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Look, if you can grow some excess skin on your back, slit it, as you say.
Yeah, and you stuff it in there.
Stuff it in there.
Yeah.
And you can have...
You can
you're going for a job interview, quite short hair.
Yeah.
If you're going to a rock concert,
just take it out,
swing it away, swing it around.
Yeah, beautiful.
So that's a lot to be said for that. But I'm looking at the Evening Standard, which is now free. Cirque du Soleil are back.
I know.
Again.
I know they
and
are.
It's lovely.
And that's a bit of a shame, actually, because they're going to be trampling all over the thing that I'm doing.
What's that?
Well, I'm doing something quite similar called Cirque du Sausage.
What happens there? It's like a circus that you've set up, isn't it?
It's a circus that I've set up, and instead of all the Soleil bit, I just use sausages.
Oh, it's a sausage circus.
Yeah, sort of. So there's sausage taming, and then there's
sausage on a tightrope.
Tightrope sausage, and there's trapeze people swinging from trapeze with a great string of sausages around their neck, and then they're just they're hanging off the sausages with each other.
Yeah.
It's a real skill, that, because you need a real delicate touch for them sausages not to break.
Well, you do. Not only do you need the skill of a variety of Eastern European acrobats,
you
do need quite a solid casing of the sausage.
Yeah, you do.
What do you season it with? I mean, does that help bind it? Or?
Egg you use, and you need a good solid pork in there.
A pork base.
A pork base, and then bind it with it. And then, the trick of the trade is just stuff it full of bread.
Oh, well, of course, you don't tell the audience that.
Don't tell the audience that, because,
sausage. You don't say the stuff.
It's not full of bread, but you've got to do that, because, but they just think it's like a pork and leek thing. But,
hey, all the tourists are like, hey, well, come on, say, Angelos, sausage.
Firing sausages out of cannons,
okay.
They love that. They love it.
Sausage candy floss.
Sausage candy floss. Sausage clowns.
Sausage clowns.
Which is slightly different. It's just like clowns being clowns and doing all their clowning stuff, but with their knobs hanging out.
It's not so much a sausage, is it?
Well, it is a sausage. It's just a different type.
Oh, I know. Well, that's a throwback. Remember Cirque du Winkles?
Yeah,
Cirque du Winkle that you've done.
That's it.
Do you remember when... I love that one you've done. Do you remember you've done... Cirque de Bum Bums.
Yeah,
Which was all bum.
Which is the same thing.
Same thing, but with bums.
Yeah, we've got holes cut out of trousers.
Yeah.
It
was novel, wasn't it? Everyone showing their bums.
People paid a lot of money to see that, though. Lots of money. A lot of money. I made a lot of money off them bums.
I know you did.
I made a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I was going to join a circus, couldn't get a job. Had to jump through hoops to get.
Oh, yes.
You see.
Yes.
You can trust me. Yeah. I was going to be I had to stop being a gynaecologist. My face didn't fit.
Another one.
Now, I'll tell you what I wanted to draw your attention to in the Watford Observer.
What is it?
Chas and Dave.
Oh,
they're
beautiful.
at the Chill Festival or say.
Now, I didn't think that they were still going, Chas.
Of course they are doing all their lovely old song. Sideboard song. Yeah. Rabbit, stop talking.
I'm going to smash your face in.
Stop talking, you silly old cow.
Yeah, I'm going to glass you.
Yeah, that's all them lovely old Cockney ones.
Yeah.
Lovely old Cockney
You looking at me, son?
You looking at me, son? Oi. Oh, kick 'em out. I'm not saying Chas and Dave do that.
No.
I mean, I love that lovely old... this lovely old Cockney one. Cockney ding dong, I'm a Cockney ding dong. I like to go out dressed as a pearly king. I like to get on everyone's nerves with my old VE Day and D-Day singing.
I like a bulldog, I've got a Union Jack waistcoat. I like a pint of Carling on a Saturday night in Millwall. Cockney, innit?
I'd like to do the Lambeth walk. I go up and down and do the talk. I am dressed in a pearly king 9 to 5.
All buttons in that.
I look like a bit of a twat and I turn up at charity events and get on everybody's nerves with my Cockney ding-dong, endless Cockney shite. I am a Cockney geezer and I don't half sound trite.
Yeah.
Quite
that's not all the Cockneys not like that.
Can I just
Chas
say,
and Dave aren't like that.
Can we just make this perfectly clear that
Cockneys.
Chas and Dave are not? It was
they're not in that category.
endless stuff about Cockneys. Right?
I thought that Dave weren't doing it no more, Chas and Dave, and I thought he'd gone off to paint gypsy caravans.
You're thinking of David Essex, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I think David Essex. Yeah. Halt! Who goes there? That's from War of the Worlds, David Essex.
I've got a terrible cough.
Have you?
Oh, it's this time of year, such a miserable time of year, isn't it?
Oh, well, you know what Monday was, didn't you?
The most miserable day of the year.
It's the most miserable day of the year.
When nothing is going and it's nearly snowing and everyone's down.
Having a beer.
It's the most miserable time
of the year. So I just stayed in bed.
It's the most miserable time of the year when Margaret is farting and I'm darting out of the door. It's the most miserable time of the year.
How did you celebrate the most miserable day of the year?
Oh, I got up. I filled the garage full of carbon monoxide. Put a rope up.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about
traditional stuff.
I'm very traditional.
I know you are.
I always like to... if you don't like the traditions in this country, if you don't want to get the gas on, mate. Stick your head in without lighting it and sit there.
Same thing. I just walked straight up to the roof and stood on the edge of the edge,
But there's nothing wrong with tradition.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely.
You don't like it,
you've got to engage with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get isolated.
Look,
then you do get down.
You knocked David Cameron, but if only some of these people would embrace the most miserable time of the year. I got up. You know, I had a cup of tea. I threw that down the sink.
No,
I turned on.
Mate. Looked in the mirror.
I looked in the mirror and oh Christ, has it gone this bad? I had a bath. There was no water and all that.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was then I started turning to the paracetamol, overdosing on that. Yeah. And then I just thought, well, look, at least we've got some traditions in this country. Yeah. It's the most miserable time of the year.
I just shut up as soon as it started. I got up. I thought, oh, it's a miserable day of the year.
Yeah.
You know? And I just got my vodka.
Yes.
Drank that. I drank all of that, actually. Yeah. And then I thought, should I bother getting up? I think I might spend this one on my own. I thought, you know.
Yes.
And that's what I done. What I done.
Well, you know, there are certain traditions in this country. It's the most miserable time. And if you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah, you don't have to stay here.
You don't have to stay.
You don't have to stay here.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to stay here. No.
Well, look, I think we'd probably
got there now,
reach an organic end. Thank you for listening again.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can't do it without you. We don't want to do it without you.
We don't want to do it without you.
No, we don't want to.
And hopefully we'll be back next week.
Oh, yeah, we will.
And we might prepare a few
items.
Yeah,
we'll flip through the paper and have a look with something
and
for you.
And we may have some exciting news.
We may well do.
But until next time.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Adieu.